Another day, another dollar. Another day, another percent better. It's your boy, friendly neighborhood spider nigga, back at it again with another, conversation. We got the flies out here coming to say hi. They want to get in the video. Got my favorite tree. We got the city bus with all the people. We got a couple dogs out here. I'm at a dog park. Back with this tattoo again. Got the tattoo back. I got sunscreen on. Can't really tell because I'm all sweaty, but half of that is sunscreen. Got my double scully on. But today's conversation. I don't know. I've been on a walk, like I did my morning walk. My steps right now, I'm at about 9,000, almost 10K, halfway to my daily goal. I was just thinking about like I'm gonna list everything off and then we can go from there. But I was thinking about like love and how people don't know what love is. Shit, I don't even know what love is, but I feel like I'm learning it as I go, like with self love, and I'm reflecting on decisions that I made in past relationships where I did feel like I loved the person and where I went wrong and what I did where I could have done better, and like relating that to how I've treated myself in the past. For example, when you tell somebody you love them, you don't just disappear when y'all have a disagreement. Y'all talk it out and y'all figure out like I guess a middle ground in a sense, or like y'all try to see each other's perspective instead of just arguing to be heard versus arguing to be understood, or like the saying that you're only like you're only speaking to respond versus speaking to understand. And what that means is like there's two types of arguments. There's people that'll argue, or in a sense like argue to rage bait. Like you see that a lot in like the anime debate community, and then there's people who will argue to understand, like sort of like a therapist, where they'll like can concede to points, but they'll come back with new ones. Or some people will like just be like, but nah, this, and then they'll, as soon as they lose the point, they'll just change the subject, and that's how you know you're just arguing or like speaking to be heard, because you have the floor, you have the undivided attention, versus arguing to get somebody to understand something or to let them know how you're feeling, just to clue them in on something that you think they don't know or you feel like is a problem. But a lot of people tend to be the first one. When there was a bug on the camera, a lot of people tend to be that first one where they're just arguing to get a point across, because there's a lot of I'm rights going on. And it's like people don't understand that it's okay to be wrong. Learning something, you have to be wrong. You have to not know it. You have to admit that you don't know something at first to even begin the process of learning, begin the process of becoming better, begin the process of loving yourself. All processes begin with the acknowledgement that you lack it, that you don't have it yet. And then you take the steps to acquire that. And people, I guess it could be an ego thing. I'm not sure. I don't know how it is for everybody, but you got to like start at square one. And people don't want to start at square one. They want to start at the finish line, assume they're at the finish line, and then that be it. They just want to just wake up one day and have the knowledge and everything and just go from there versus starting at square one, acknowledging that they don't know it, and then building up to where the finish line is, to where they can be knowledgeable in all steps and all avenues of that one thing and truly master it. But that goes back to the video that I made last night, like with the personalities and your inner child. Because even I'm a victim of this too. I'll start something, learn a little bit, get a couple steps in, and then the spark dies out, and I don't end up mastering anything. You end up becoming a master of nothing. You have experience in all these things. It's not much though to get you to even like complete that task, but you need to like master things or find something that you're interested in enough to master it. Now, my other topic was that I was thinking about. My other topic was I think we as a society lost the plot when it comes to this like optimization shit. Prime example, like food delivery. Food delivery was to like give, it was originally like with Grubhub and Instacart and all that shit. It was to give people the convenience of one, giving somebody a job, two, helping somebody like get the groceries to their house or get the food to their house if they don't have a car or they don't want to go get it. It's like the convenience on it, and then plus it gives somebody a job. But why in the fuck do we have robots delivering the shit? Like it don't make sense. Like everything is becoming AI, everything is becoming robots, and it's like we're losing the plot. You're taking jobs away from people that they could be working, but then again, a lot of people don't want to work these jobs or they move like they don't want to be there. So I could understand that in a sense, but there's still people out there that want or are searching for a job, especially here in Atlanta. Atlanta is overpopulated to hell, but there's not enough jobs to go around. And if you want a job, you have to get in through like nepotism or like you got to know somebody to get in. Nobody's just going to take a chance on you out here. But for when I first moved out here, I was working Instacart and DoorDash for like 3 to 4 months, and it's definitely an oversaturated market. Like I would once I got through the slew of things, I knew what the big money stores were. That's definitely something I could say I mastered. I mastered Instacart, but it's kind of like a low hanging fruit, but it's an accolade. But yeah, I figured out what the big ticket stores were. You got to get there as soon as Costco open, and then you got to be waiting outside, and you got to wait for that first big batch, the $100 batch or the $200 batch. Once you get that one, the rest of your day is good. Like literally, to make rent, all you had to do was make $100 a day, maybe 150. But once you hit that big money batch first thing in the morning, you're set. Well, these apps and services created jobs to where one, people can socialize. The idea of them was to like one, somebody can get paid, two, socialize and all that jazz. But it's slowly becoming robots. Like in my neighborhood alone, there's like maybe I want to say anywhere between like 15 and 25 robots just posted outside the restaurant that they just drop the food inside the robot and then they just take it to the address. And it's one eliminating like a source of social, I guess, experience in a sense, like socialization. Two, it's eliminating somebody could have got paid to deliver that order and now they're not. Three, half the time these people live close enough to where they could just get up and go get it. Why don't y'all like walk and go get it or like go out? Especially if you're waiting as long as these robots take to get there because these robots drive slow as shit. Like they are slow as hell and they're always in the way. They're always knocked over and shit. It's so redundant. So it's like it in the same time that the robot takes to get to you, if they're even insulated, the food like if they're not insulated then the food might be cold. But in the same time it took for you to order the food and then the food gets you, you could have just went and got it. And it's the same thing with like Uber too, because Uber it used to be all people. I mean, yeah, now I understand what all the like trafficking and shit going on, especially out here and in Arizona. A lot of those Uber drivers be doing trafficking and shit, but the robo cars at first, like first and foremost, when they made the Tesla robo cars, I've seen so many of them shits get into accidents, even the auto driving ones. But as soon as you get to like the Porsche Waymo, those things are stupid. Especially because they take you down all the back streets. They be in the middle of the road causing like traffic jams. They're always messing up stuff. It's like the onboard computer isn't even optimized enough yet. They probably need to go through some more testing or something because these things are ridiculous. To almost hitting people, to blocking full lanes of traffic, to sitting in the middle of the street, causing accidents, sitting at green lights. I don't know if they got somebody at the house like remote controlling that shit like it's GTA, but they need somebody to be doing that. And I volunteer as tribute. If y'all want to hire me to drive your cars, I would. But if y'all see me running red lights, mind your business, because we don't got time for that shit. I'm gonna get you to the airport in one piece, like Luffy, but just make sure you give me 5 stars, or the next time you get in the car, you ain't making it to your destination. So recently, I've talked a lot about like oneself and how the world would treat you once you treat yourself better. And that is true, but people don't know how to like where to start with that. And it really comes with like a real reality check or like a wake up call where it tells you like, do you actually love yourself? And you answer that shit honestly, it's usually a no. And you have to really want this shit. You have to really want to love yourself. You have to really be put through the ringer. And it really has to be something traumatic to like get that ball rolling for you. And that's how it was for me. And what really keeps you coasting with that is it really depends on your character. But for me personally, what really kept me coasting through this is my accolades. And I look in my journal and see how many pages I filled all the way out. It's like I can't stop this shit now. I'm come so far. And like I made a promise to myself and I'm keeping this promise. It's no more like planning to. This shit I've done this shit for so long, it's routine. And I'm hoping, I'm trying, I will add making these videos to the routine. I just got to get more comfortable, like talking to this phone in public because I be drawing a blank sometimes. I'll be all over the place. But no, the steps to that, it usually starts with something like overly traumatic or some type of painful experience that really like wakes you up and alerts you to like, yo, like look in the mirror. And then you got to get real with yourself. What parts about you do you want to keep? What parts about you do you want to get rid of? Work to get rid of those. Really just pick like three things, three habits that you want to change, and three habits that a person that you think you got to think about a better version of you and the current version of you. Eliminate three things and then add three things that the future better version of you would do. Eliminate three things from the current you that are most detrimental and add three things to from that future version of you that's most beneficial. And then you start working it from there. You get those three down pat, you build a routine on those three, and then once you build that routine, you might not want to go ahead and jump to three. You might just want to add one more. Once you build that routine with all those, add one more. Once you build that routine with all five of those, add one more. Build a routine with all six, add one more. Seven, all the way up to whatever um whatever else you want to add. And what'll keep you coasted through that is if you remember or if you write down your accolades, like the milestones that you've hit along the way. Like this is the closest that I'll probably get to public speaking. I don't fuck with public speaking, but this is probably the closest I'll get to public speaking as far as right now. As far as like my foreseeable right now, this is probably as close as I'll get to public speaking, even though my grandpa does the shit and he's known all over the world for it. But this is as close as I plan to get to public speaking for the foreseeable future. You never know after that because shit, who knows? But it's like your your accolades and your milestones. So you go back through all those things that I told you to add, like the three, and then adding the ones on, and the ones on all the way up to 10. You look through all those, you see everything that you've accomplished. You beat those bad habits, and you added all those new ones, and you remember the work that you went through to change. You remember where you started at, and every milestone you built all the way up to where you currently are. And in a growth mindset, you think about it as though like I'm not giving this up because I done came so far and I want to see this through. I'm not quite the version of myself that I pictured in my head, so what's this next task? And if you are there, it's it's not too late to dream bigger or to add a new dream, add another layer to the onion, build up a new task board, find new tasks to try or new challenges to try, set new goals. Watch out, brother. I'm on a vid. But to go to that, to send yourself to that next caliber of human, because it's all like tears to this shit. Everybody wants to be, in the words of Kevin Samuel, like a high value man, but there's a lot of average shit going on. Even these millionaire niggas, they got all the money in the world. They got high value money, but their soul is fucking mid garbage or fucking ass. Their personality is ass. They think that money will get them in every door, which it will, but once you get to real people, they ain't going for that shit. That's a conversation for another day. I gotta get to the gym. Make sure to say that you love yourself. keep showing up for yourself every day, because this shit started with you. The middle of the story is yours, and this shit gonna end with you. All right, peace. Take care.